Hello and welcome to Artificial Aviation. In today's episode, we'll be tackling the last tutorial in this series. I'll be going up and flying a full traffic pattern without instruction. This is going to test everything I've learned up until this point. Up to now, I've been learning the basics. I've been going through taxiing, takeoff, doing a dead stick landing, landing without elevator, so it's kind of warmed me up to a full fat landing, which I've done. I've now practiced the downwind part of the traffic pattern, and now it's going to put me through my first solo flight. So this is going to be interesting, and I'm sure a bit faily, but we'll have some fun doing it. So go ahead and make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their locked and upright positions. And let's go do this. Oh, look at this. Take off, climb out. We're going to turn left, fly crosswind. Then we're going to fly the downwind leg. And then we're going to fly base. And then we're going to fly final. So this is going to be interesting. Take off and climb 75 knots until you reach 5,400 feet. Turn left to crosswind leg and climb to 6,000 while maintaining 75 knots. I think this is what I'm going to struggle with the most, maintaining specific airspeeds, but we're going to give it a go. Start to prepare for landing by setting speed to 80 knots and extend 10 degrees of flaps. Enter base leg and prepare the aircraft for landing, and when turning to final approach, keep maintaining 65 knots to follow the glide slope. Use the power or flaps as required to adjust the slope. So, if you're ready, come join me in the co-pilot seat and let's go for it. Okay, 6,620, I think that was fair for that go. There's definitely a better one in there, although that's my best score, so I improved on my previous score.
It's time.
This is it, this is the one, I can feel it.
I'll be watching
feel the rhythm,
from the ground,
feel the
radio
ride.
contact if you need me, but something tells me you won't. Your goal was to complete Sedona's left-hand traffic pattern on your own. Remember what we covered in our previous sessions, and you'll be just fine.
So all the other parts are fine, it's
Good
this
luck.
takeoff
See
that
you
I
on
need
the
to
other
get
side.
right. Okay, so we need 75 knots, 5,700. Because we're at altitude, so here's something I do know from previous experience. If we were to thin the mix a little bit, we might be able to get some more revs out the engine and give ourselves the extra performance we need to get up to 5,700 at 75 knots. So I might try that this time and see if I can do it. Alright, here we go, folks. Let's get the power right in. Use the rudder. So I'm using the rudder pedals to... I'm not even going to do that, that's dangerous. That's going to cause problems. Okay, so rudder's on. I don't like the weaving back and forth. Airspeed is alive. 50 knots. 60 knots, pull back. We're up. Right. No messing about. 75 knots. Here we come. 75 knots. There it is. Lock it in. Let's get this done now. Go right. I'm going to try and thin the mix out a little bit. Oh no, that didn't like that at all. Alright, so we won't do anything with the mixture. Trying to keep that constant rate of ascent. This is 75 knots. Come on, baby, come on. Climb, you pig. close we are. Right. Gonna bank here. Keep the slip indicator in. Go to 12 degrees because that's 90 degrees to the runway. Begin straightening up. 75 knots. To reach 6,000. Right, turn left. Keep the slip indicator in. There's our 6,000. Pitch down before we go too high. Right, we need to take some of the power out now. Get that balanced up ahead of time. Coming onto our 3-degree heading now. So we'll turn up, straighten her up. There we go. Okay, right. We're dead on 6,000. Oh, come on. Don't do that. Don't do that. Got a little bit of graphical glitching there. Computer's probably getting very hot because it does that. Right, come on baby, let's get to 80 knots, straighten out at 6,000, straighten level. We're too fast. Right, extend flaps by 10 degrees. When I do that, the nose is going to push up, so we're going to need to compensate with the rudder and with the trim, which we've now done. Just put it down a little bit, but that's okay, because what I want now is... Right, we've reached the end of the downwind, so now I'm going to throttle back, I'm going to make my turn, I'm going to watch the slip indicator as we come around this corner. Oh, a bit too much rudder. It's really hard to get right, but I think I'm on it now. We're a bit too low, so let's not lose altitude too quickly. Back throttle even more because we do want to come down. I like to get about 5.7, 5.6. Right, we're on the base now. Look out the left window there. Reduce power to 1400 RPM, which it kind of is. We're at the end of the base now, so we need a bit more power to keep that 65 knots in. So we're turning left for final, keeping the slip indicator tidy. Okay, here we come. Okay, cue the music. Something dramatic. Yes, here we go. Right, 65 knots. Let's get all that power out now. I don't need it. I'm going too fast. Don't want this speed. So if we don't want this speed, I'm just going to pull back on the nose a little bit. Take some of the speed out of it. There we go. Let's get this descent angle just right. Slow now. Oh, apparently my Quest 2 battery's low. Sorry about that, folks. Doubt I'll be able to edit that out, so yeah. That's a thing you can see. Oh, this is such a shame. Such a shame. There we go. Turn brakes in. Can we stop for the taxiway? Come on, baby, come on, baby, come on, baby, come on, baby. Oh, just overshot. Oh, well, that was
you did well,
rough.
But you can do better. You're on your way to becoming one hell of a pilot.
I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong with this takeoff. Yeah, that was worse than my best score. This is just getting worse now. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this one a day, but I'm not giving up on it. I'm going to come back to this and get an A at some point in the future. I think once I've had a bit more practice and once I've got a bit more time in this aircraft, I think I'm going to be able to hit that more solidly. But I want that A. I'm not giving up on it. I just, yeah. Apparently I need to go and put more juice in my quest. Oh my goodness, look at that. Crosswind leg. 2000 out of 2000. Downwind leg. Nearly 2000 out of 2000. It's that takeoff. It's that takeoff every time. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong on that one. But yeah, I need to think a bit more about that and strategize about it. So what's going to be happening in the next video? Let's go and have a look at the training menu. That's all our takeoff and landing ones done. So we've had all of those. Oh, look, it just looks so ugly compared to all these nice results. Look at them. Mwah. In the next exciting installment of Artificial Aviation, I'm going to be doing something different. Instead of doing the next tutorial in the next series, what I'm going to be doing is I want to practice what I've learned in this series, but I also don't want it to be boring for you. So in the next episode, we're going to Bora Bora, and what's going to happen is I'm going to practice flying in a pattern, taking off. I'm going to practice touch and go landings. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set myself a challenge. The challenge is how many landings can I do without bouncing? Because that's a big problem of mine. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to bring you 5 things that I've learned that have helped improve either my takeoffs, my landings, or flying in a pattern. So I'm going to bring learnings to that video as well. Okay, so thanks for joining me on my first solo flight. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. If you did enjoy it, stick a like on the video, let me know. Subscribe to the channel. We've got loads and loads of more great content coming. I'm going to get better at this every video that I do. So stick around to see how that goes, and I'll see you in the next one.